All right. Now for level 1.3, okay? For level 1.3, the key thing here is that I want to make sure every single student can learn how to simplify these fractions correctly. Okay. Now the common mistake is that let me show you the common mistake. Okay. The common mistake is something like this. And that's wrong. Okay. Now, why is this wrong? Okay. Is that, now, as a teacher, I would say, hey, there's a plus right here. Okay. So if you need to simplify, simplify with both. But that doesn't stick very well because many students, they don't really know what the plus sign would make a difference. So I'm not going to use that as a way to explain it. So my way of explanation is this. Look at this 2, right? This is called denominator. And it's actually a denominator for this numerator and this numerator. And that's why we call this the common denominator. Okay. Middle school math. Okay. Middle school math. Common denominator. Well, if it's common, then we actually can break it apart. Okay. We can actually break it apart, which is this. So what is 2 over 2? Well, 2 over 2 is 1. And 2 root 3 over 2, well, that also simplified to just 1. So that's the correct answer. Okay. And like I said, if you don't believe yourself when you do these kind of simplification, you can actually put it back to a calculator and just check it for yourself. Okay. Now we will not have a calculator when we do these problems, but it's okay to use a calculator as a way to check yourself. Okay, that's okay. So again, the way to understand this kind of simplification is that there are actually 2 terms right here, 2 numerators there. Okay, they're added together. And the denominator, we see a single number, but that's a common denominator. So think about the fraction got split back into 2 separate fractions, and the 2 in the denominator would be the denominators for both fractions. Okay, so that's how you know how to simplify it. So now I'm going to skip right into this part for the next question. Okay, if you want to, you could still write it. Like, just going to write it one more time. Okay, so you can write it down as this. Okay, as a way to transition. But I'm going to move it up. Okay, for you to see. But for me, I'm just going to go ahead and say, well, that's 1 and 3. Okay, 6 and 2 becomes 3 and 1. And then don't forget to simplify with the 4. So therefore, we have 3 plus 2 root 5 as the answer. Okay, now just do one more here. Okay, so again, we have 2 right here, and we have multiples of 2. So we can simplify it. So that's 1, and that's 2, and this is the part where you don't really want to you don't want to slow down, you don't want to hesitate, you don't want to stop in the middle of the process, because if you stop in the middle of the process, then the chance of you forgetting something is really high. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 are the ones with simple numbers, nothing fancy. And number 4, we have some negatives, same thing. Oh, wow, we've got to simplify it now. Okay, so we say, yeah, it's square root of 27. You've got to simplify it, and that is 3 root 3. Okay, 3 root 3. And then, oh, yeah, simplified. Yes. Okay, so that becomes 4. That becomes 1. So your final answer is -4 minus root 3. Okay, so don't forget the negative. Okay, don't forget the negative. -4 minus root 3. And then right here, number 5. Okay, now number 5, you have a negative right here. Don't get scared. This is a negative, so nothing's wrong. But we do need to break down this 128. I think this is the first time we saw 128. I will give you a hint. 64. Okay. Can you associate 128 with 64? 64 times 2. So square root of 128 is 8 square root 2. Okay, and we divide it by root 2, and again, common denominator, right? So that, well, the negative is still there. So this is 2, and this is 4. So you've got negative 2, okay, because 2 over negative 2, I mean 4 over negative 2, it's negative 2, plus 4 root 2. Okay, now I think I could go ahead and write it this way, just to make sure that everybody can see what is going on. Okay, so especially right here, this is a plus because negative over negative, it's positive. Okay, so so make sure that you can handle this properly. All right, now one last one. Okay, one last one. Number 6. Okay, what about number 6? 162. That's a big number. Okay, now if you want to figure out things faster, I can give you a hint. Go ahead, try to divide 162 by 2. Okay, try, we're just trying. Okay, try to divide it by 2, see if you get a perfect square. If not, try to divide it by 3, see if you can get a perfect square. And if you divide 162 by 2, you get 81. You get 81. Well, that means square root of 162. It's 9 root 2. Okay, because 81 it's 9 times 9, right? So I've got this. Okay, and then now I'm going to write this down. Yeah. So now you can do it this way if you want to. So this negative and this negative, they will neutralize each other to become positive. Okay, so these two negatives would also become positive. So 6 over 3, it's 2. All right, and then 9 over 3, it's 3. So 2 plus, oh, sorry, 2 plus 3 root 2 is your final answer. Okay. All right. So so you can go ahead and try 7 through 9. See if you can get them. Check the answer key for the right answer. All right. So that's the that's 1.3. All right. So make sure you finish the worksheet. Make sure you practice. Good luck on the PSAT tomorrow. And if you need time, you can also watch this video or any other previous videos after the PSAT. Okay. All right. So I will see you or talk to you on Thursday. Okay.